Hey guys, Sasha from Mobile Geeks here, and you might remember last year we've been talking about the brand new Apple iPad mini, and you might also remember this famous Steve Jobs statement saying 7-inch tablets are dead on arrival, even though that they were internally already working on a smaller Apple iPad. Well, they brought out the Apple iPad mini. That's the one, in my opinion, at that time it was by far the best tablet of the 7-inch category, no matter if we're talking about Windows or Android, right? This was, in terms of the build quality and the design, yeah, it was basically setting a new standard. But I've been really missing a display with a higher resolution, because 1024 by 768, even in 2012, it was already outdated, in my opinion. Well, then a couple of weeks ago, well, not a couple of weeks, more a couple of months ago, the new iPad Air came out, and this just set for us, personally, a new standard for the 10-inch category, even though it's only 9.7, but that's obviously a 10-inch tablet. Beautiful design, beautiful build quality, amazingly thin at 7.5 millimeters, and only, what was it, like 460 something grams? That is absolutely stunning. Plus, it also came with the new Apple A7. This is the first SoC or ARM SoC with 64-bit support that also reached the consumer. So therefore, absolutely amazing platform. But something was missing, right? A new iPad mini. And here it is. That's the new iPad mini Retina. Of course it is. Well, it took us a while to get one, because they're not selling it over here in Taiwan. So we've had to let it ship from Hong Kong. And our good friend Peter Whitman, who lives in Hong Kong with his girlfriend, he just shipped this version over. This is the 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi version. I think it's like, was it like $4.99 in the US? I'm not so sure about this anymore. I think it was $4.99. It is $4.99 in the US. I've got the space gray version, and I'm finally going to unbox it right now. So let's just check this out. Let's get rid of this foil. First impression, ooh, it's an Apple box. Of course it is. It's very stylish. It's very wide. That's what it is. We only have this one picture of the iPad. There's the product name, and we have two Apple logos, and that's about it. So let's see what's in there. That's the iPad mini Retina. Again, space gray. We have some, designed by Apple in California, built by Foxconn in China. Little manual package. The PSU, which comes with the adapter for Hong Kong and the UK. Is anyone else using those in the world? What about Australia? I have no idea. So if you know that, just leave me a comment down here. And of course, we have the lightning cable that goes to USB. I wonder where this is coming from here on my table. Must be from any other device, but let's talk about this some later. No, we're not going to talk about this at all. Forget about it. You know what I have to tell you? I just hate these foils around gadgets. Can't they just get rid of this? Here it is. And you know what? The first impression is, oh my God, that looks like just this other Apple iPad mini. Let's use the previous generation right next to it. And let me zoom in a little bit more so you can even see more of our ceiling. Welcome to the mirror world here. What you notice right away is that the original iPad mini is slightly thinner. I think it was like 7.2 millimeters or 7.3. This is 7.5. It's also a little bit heavier, but I mean, the display itself is also a little bit heavier. So therefore, let's do a quick comparison between the both of them. We have 1.2 megapixel cameras on the front. We have 5 megapixel cameras on the back. And over here you can also see the difference between the black original iPad mini and the new space gray one. You know what I also immediately realized is, like the iPad Air, the new mini Retina also has these two microphones. The original iPad mini had only one over here. Right. Of course, there's also a difference when it comes to the SoC. That was the A5. Over here we have the A7 Both of them are sporting 1 GB of RAM, and these are both the 32 GB Wi-Fi versions. And as you can tell, I've been already using iOS 7. Not already, because I'm also one of the, was it like 75% adoption rate already on iOS 7? Absolutely amazing, especially for guys like me who are living somehow in the Android world. So you have to give Apple credit for this. They're absolutely, yes, that's my password for my iPad mini. So whenever you're gonna find mine, you will have the password for it. There you go. So what I would like to show you is, first of all, the biggest difference is, of course, the display. And it is quite significant when we're going to zoom in a little bit. Watch out what I'm going to show you. So you can see this note icon here. Okay, MC, auto zoom. Now look at the display of the iPad mini. Can you see this? This is called the Moyer effect. I'm always forgetting about this. So we don't have anything like this on the Retina version. This display is absolutely stunning. And of course, the PPI is almost something that you would think of on a smartphone. It's 324 PPI. Geez, we've had this on 4-inch smartphones, or even worse, on 4-inch smartphones just 2 years ago, right? So this is absolutely stunning. Yeah, I just can't wait to watch some videos on it, and especially some HD content. This must be so amazing. I told you already, this comes with a new A7, so this is a 64 GB, the first commercially consumer 64-bit SoC. Apple is telling you that's the future. Yes, I also believe in this, and even though that I'm also a supporter of this traditional camp saying, well, 64-bit, you need to have like at least 4 GB of RAM in there. So it can take advantage of this, that it's even capable of addressing more RAM. But trust me, this is blazingly fast. The way apps are opening, well, this is brand new right now. There are no apps right now on this device. The way apps are opening, it's just stunning, right? This is a combination not only of the SoC, but also of the highly optimized iOS 7, because it's a huge advantage of a manufacturer who is building the hardware, but also the software. Let's take a quick look around the device before we're comparing it to the iPad Air. I told you already, 7.5 millimeters thin. This is 341 grams on the right side. We have this little switch here to switch off the volume or the ringatone. That's the volume rocker. We have a power button here, 2 microphones, the headset jack, and I told you 1.2 megapixel camera in the front, 5 megapixel camera in the back, which is okay-ish if it's the same one as in the Apple iPad Air. I'm not taking pictures with a tablet anyways, but especially in a low light environment, you're gonna run into some problems because there's no LED flash, and therefore just forget about trying to take pictures in the evening. You know what, let me just clean the Apple logo a little bit, because a lot of people are actually not getting that this is a perfect mirror for selfies. Look at this, that's me. Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the retard world. We have speakers on the bottom, and of course there is the lighting adapter. This is the same design as we saw on the original iPad mini. There you go. And we also have this on the iPad Air right now. It is an improvement compared to, for example, the iPad 4 or the iPad 3 and all these other iPads. But when you're holding it in landscape mode, you're kind of covering it, and therefore the sound, the stereo sound, isn't existing at all anymore. But what I love about the iPad, the sound is very warm. It's not the loudest one, it's not the best one, but it is very warm. So yeah, let's compare this to the Apple iPad Air. I've been just using it to shoot a video of GTA San Andreas, which just came out, and I can only recommend you guys to download it if you are on vacation, if you don't have a job, or if your job has nothing to do with playing with the latest gadgets or with the latest apps, because this is just like those days back on the PlayStation 2. It is just highly addictive. I love it. So, as you can tell, geez, this one 6.8-inch difference is quite a difference, right? 9.7, 7.9. Let's just stack them up so you can really see that. Huh? But of course, the iPad Air got much thinner compared, much more compact compared to the original iPad 4. But still, this is, in my opinion, a huge difference. When you are in for an ultra mobile tablet, you know what, this might be the one, especially because it's starting at a very, very inexpensive price point. Was it starting in the US $379? Isn't it like $379? Gosh, I'm always mixing these. Oh, sorry, $399. I think it's absolutely worth it. While the iPad Air starts at $499, so that's a $100 difference. We really have to take a look at the displays. I've heard some rumors on some forums. People were complaining about the display of the iPad Mini. They were also complaining a little bit about the performance compared to the iPad Air, talking about that this is running at a different clock speed. We're gonna figure this out. Besides that, let me just give you also a little comparison of how thin or how thick they are. Here we go, 7.5 millimeters all the way on the iPad Air and on the new iPad Mini Retina. They also look the same on the back, so we're both getting these additional microphones on the back, and yeah, they look absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I just love this design. In my opinion, the best looking tablets out there, no matter if you're an Android user, if you're a Windows user, if you are I was close to say WebOS user. I was close to say tablet OS user. Are they out there? Are there any Linux tablets besides, like, of course, Android? What's happening to my gyroscope here, or accelerometer? Hello? Well, not sure if it's stuck with this now. Interesting. Interesting. Shaker. Well, anyways, this is of course only a very, very brief look and a very quick and dirty unboxing of the new Apple iPad Mini Retina. I tell you already, I've been a user, especially when I was traveling, of the original iPad Mini, and I just love the form factor. We are going to do a detailed review. We're going to do some comparison, and we're also comparing it to devices like the Amazon Kindle Fire 7 HDX, which in my opinion makes perfectly sense because this is powered by the almighty Qualcomm Snapdragon 800. It's going to be really, really interesting. So this is a quick and dirty look and unboxing at the new Apple iPad Mini Retina. If you have any questions regarding our review, if you want to know anything, if you want to complain about anything, just leave me a comment down there. Subscribe over here. Reshare the video and just have a good time. I'm Sasha from Mobile Geeks. Thanks for watching.